Okay, and we're live. Hi, everyone. Megan Sano here with Ski Racing Media. Thank you all for joining and taking the time out of your day to be here for our second year of Virtual Gear Week and second day as well. Ski Racing Media is partnered with brands across the ski industry to present Virtual Gear Week and make equipment information widely accessible. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing Dynastar Lange, and later tonight we get Rossignol joining us live at 7 Eastern Standard Time. So now I'd like to introduce you to Shin, Dynastar Lange's Alpine Race Manager, and Matt, who is the Alpine Category Manager. I'll let you two take it from here.
Thank you very much, Megan. Welcome, everybody. Tonight we will be going over our lineup for race equipment for Dynastar, Lange, Look, and Kerma. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. A lot of people don't know who I am. I'm relatively new to this position here in the US, but I come from an extensive background. I started in 2003. I was a World Cup technician and went right through 2018. Where then I merged into the Alpine Race Manager's position for Canada. And as of a couple of weeks ago, I've taken over the position here in the United States. So basically looking forward to talking to you guys tonight and eventually, hopefully, meeting you all out on the slopes, races throughout this season and many years to come. Please feel free to ask us questions via the chat comment section. I'm very fortunate. Matt will be reading them off to me. And at the end of the event, Matt and I will pick one lucky winner that asked a great question, will receive a really nice pair of our Lange podium shoes. So that'll be great. So to kick it off, we're going to run through our ski lineup. We've got our Dynastar Slalom skis. Our junior level skis start at size 128 and one right up through 149. Now, these skis really are built with the weight of the athlete in mind. So basically, when we start with our 128s, that's really geared to around the U10 level, maybe some smaller U12s, and we roll right up through the U12, U14 level. These skis all have the R21 Junior Pro plate, which we introduced last year. Very good success. Really allows the ski to flex right in the middle center of the ski to really get that performance that those lighter weight athletes are, looking for and need. Then we move up to what we fall into the tweener category, which we have a 150 slalom. That 150 slalom has got an R22 plate on it. It's got a very similar construction to our World Cup skis, but we take in fact of that these athletes that will be skiing on this ski are a little bit on the lighter weight side. We really tend to see these athletes skiing on these skis at the U14, even some of the lighter U16 levels, and really hammer out really good performance. Moving up, we've got our 157 women's fist slalom, but we see a lot of U16s skiing on this ski. It just really stable, really allows that athlete to really drive the tip of the ski, get good power, easy off, fast transitions. Then we lead up into our 165 men's fist slalom ski. And this is a similar ski to what Noel Clement has been just really kicking butt on World Cup last year. Very, very, very great ski, stable, and just gives you that opportunity to put down some fast runs. Then we head over to the GS side of everything. We start off, our GS skis start at 135 and in the junior size run. and they'll run right up through to 165 with the junior plate again. And then we've got our 165 to 185. So this is that range again, where we would consider it falls into the tweener category, where we're going to see potentially some heavier, bigger, stockier U12s, U14s, and our U16s. So this is a category that we're going to see the majority of our young athletes, ski club athletes, looking for this, very great, stable GS ski. It's all equipped with an R22 plate. This plate, very proven over the years, very good success with it. Then moving up to the 185. So this 185 ski that I want to talk about today falls into the tweener category, but it's got a FIS women's construction. So this is really geared towards that, top level U16 that's, looking for a very stable, very good power ski, and will be able to, really excel. And it does actually help you into your transition, moving on to the FIS links later in your career. Just remember, this 185 ski has a 27-meter radius, so it's not FIS legal. Matt, do we have any questions? Anything coming in?
Not yet.
Not yet? Perfect. Then we've got our standard 188 women's FIS GS ski, 30-meter radius, and our 193 factory GS ski for the men. I'd also like to talk today about our Masters skis. This is our Omniglass course slalom. Comes in a wide variety of sizes. It's got a little bit of a wider underfoot for stability, really for those, people that want to go out, rip around on weekends, hard snow, groomers, really have a lot of fun. And it also is a very forgiving ski. We also have the Course Master GS. Again, same idea. Saturday mornings, you want to find a really good ski, rip around, arc some turns, have confidence, put this on your foot. Again, I would just like to go over our binding lineup that we have. So right here, we've got our SPX 10. Our SPX 10 bindings go on our junior plate. These junior plates can also take an NX7. All right. I often get a lot of questions that can we, put an SPX 10 on an R22 plate? Unfortunately not. Our R22 plates, we're able to, put on a SPX 12 binding, an SPX 15, and a PX 18 binding. Our numbers are fairly easy to understand. SPX 10, the DIN goes up to 10, 12, 12, 15, 15, 18, and so on.
Sean, we have a question here. The question is, what are the factory side and base bevels for the slalom and GS skis?
So our standard skis are coming on the GS side, are coming approximately around 0.5 and 2 degrees on the side. So basically, that allows the athlete to set up the ski the way that they want. The slalom, it comes at 0.5 and 3 degrees. Perfect. Thanks. But, all of this tuning and the setups and everything, I think most of the athletes will slowly but surely, come into their own and figure out what works for them. Anything else there?
That's it.
Okay. So when we start our boot lineup here, we start with our short cuffs that we've got here. We've got our 70, our 90, and our 110. Now, these boots here are for the younger athletes, U12, U14 athletes. The idea with the short cuff, it just allows the athlete to really get over the top of the boot, to really bend it, to really start, flexing and feeling their ankles, which is so important at a young age for these athletes to be able to, really learn how to use their ankles and feel what's going on, underneath the snow. Essentially, the ski boot is probably one of the most important items that we can have in our setup as an athlete. The ski boot is the actual only piece of equipment that is in direct contact with our body. And so very, very important that we pick or choose the right boot for the specific athlete that we're talking about. And, Matt, I always get the question that, what boot is good for me? And, first of all, I always tell either the athlete or the parent, first of all, I think this is a discussion that you should have with your coach. And, the coach is somebody that sees you out on the snow, training, free skiing. This gives you and your coach a really good starting point for a topic of discussion. You can also visit one of our race dealers, and they've got experts there to help you put you in the right boot. When we move over, something that I'm really, really, really proud of is last year, we were able to introduce the Lange Z Soft. Now, this is a 110 flex boot, but in our full race mold. So then you get the question and they say, well, why would I go to a Z Soft when I could go with the short cuff 110? So our short cuffs all have a last of 97 millimeters, and our race boot lineup has a last of 93. So right away, we've got definitely a tighter fit. We're taking away some of that volume, and we're just able to introduce younger athletes to our race boot lineup. And Lange has such a long history of results at all levels of ski racing, and just very, very, proud that we introduced this boot to our lineup last year. And we've seen tremendous results. We've had great feedback from athletes, coaches, race dealers. This is really, really a great boot for us. And, I really see that this is a boot that we can start having some of our U14s start skiing in, definitely in the U16s. And you never know, might even go up a little higher. After our Z Soft, we fall into our ZJ Plus, 120 flex. And then we move up to our ZAs, ZBs, ZCs. ZAs have 130 flex, ZB 140, ZC 150.
Hey, Sean, we've got a couple questions about the Z Soft.
Yes, sir.
The first question is, does the Z Soft come with a lace-up liner?
Yep.
The second question is, are the upper buckles adjustable for large calves?
So the upper buckles are not adjustable for large calves. These buckles are essentially RS buckles on the Z Soft, but as you can see, I am pulling out the lace-up liner is getting all stuck. So we have a Lange Racing lace-up liner in the Z Soft. Is that it?
That's it.
Perfect. So we also offer Kerma. We have a wide range of great looking poles. We've got our slalom pole. We've got our GS bend pole. We also, which I am super proud of, is our shin guards. and our arm guards. These were products that were developed a couple of years ago with some of our top athletes. I was very fortunate to have a couple pairs for some younger Canadian athletes that I, did some on snow testing with, had them use them for about 2 or 3 months, and just great feedback. The shin guards have a great angle on them to actually deviate the gait away from slapping on the ski. We also have, with Lange, we have a great lineup of different size backpacks, from our racer bags all the way up to our athlete bags. The big athlete bags, basically you can fit half your wardrobe in, to be honest. That's about it. That's what we've got on our lineup there.
We've got some plenty of time for questions. If you guys have questions relating to specific products, both Sean and myself are great resources for you to ask some questions now. You can put those in both the Facebook Live feed chat or in the Zoom link chat. And here they come. One more boot question, Sean.
Yep.
Are the upper level boots set neutral out of the box?
Yes, sir. Everything's a square. In the box, you will find we have different canting cuff bolts. You'll have a 0 degree and a 0.5 and a 1. So basically, these canting screws are totally interchangeable. I do suggest that you work with your coach or your boot fitter at your local race shop. It's not something that you want to be testing out on your own and fiddling around. But the nice thing about them is that once you put in the 0.5, it only fits in one way. There's no adjusting. There's no more taking a Sharpie, making your little mark on the boot, and then hopefully that's what it is. So, yep.
Little shout out to Matt Schiller, who says, welcome, Sean.
Thanks, Matt. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
And that looks like all we've got.
Well, if we do not have any more questions, I just wanted to take the time to thank, first of all, Matt for joining me today. I want to wish all of you guys a great upcoming season. Ski fast. And again, looking forward to meeting you all very soon at a race on the slopes. Please, if you see me, stop, introduce yourself, shake your hand, shake my hand, and yeah, thank you very much to Ski Racing for
Hey,
putting
I
us
got
on.
a quick question.
Okay.
This is Tony Olin. You mentioned that the cant screws, that's for the cuff, correct?
Yes, sir.
And at one time, Lange had sole cants, different, changeable soles. You still have those as well?
No.
All of the World Cup boots are solid sole. All of our RS boots are solid sole. So in order to address sole canting, you would have to route the toe and plane the sole of the boot.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about, though. For quite a while,
We're talking about basically the shims that you'd put underneath in between the
Yeah.
soles and, let's say, a lifter plate.
and
Yeah.
Lange actually made for quite a while, a 0.5 and a 1.5, and that you could just simply screw on and change the sole canting.
Yeah, no, we don't have those anymore.
Okay, so if you want a sole cant, then you got to grind them, versus the cuff cant, which is more of a soft cant.
Yep,
All right, perfect. Thank you.
no problem.
Sean, any recommendations for a Dynastar ski, a GS ski?
So, I mean, basically you have the option of whether it's a Masters, you can go to that lineup. We have 4 different sizes on the Masters lineup. I'm sure depending on, your size and your ability, that you can definitely find something that will be good fit for you. Definitely refer you to a local race dealer of ours, and they can get you set up.
For U12 and U16 skis, Sean, which bindings go on which skis?
Well, like I said, if we were talking about U12, chances are they're going to be skiing on a junior ski with an R21 Pro plate. And an R22 Pro plate takes either an NX7 junior binding or the SPX10. When we get to the U16 level, there's a really good chance that they are going to be on an R22 plate. The R22 plate, again, takes either the SPX12, the SPX15. Chances are U16 won't be skiing on a PX18 binding.
Okay, and one more question. I have a really little kid. At what age do you recommend getting them into an actual race ski? And what's the best ski to grow into?
So basically, when your young child is going to be probably U8, U10, then we probably, a junior race ski, our shortest size starts at 128, a slalom ski. I think that's a great size of ski that will allow that young athlete to really develop. If they're not strong enough at that point, then we have different models of GS open skis, multi-event style skis that we have in our lineup that you can find at 100 centimeters, 110, 120, which is more of a softer ski, cap construction. We also have a GS open, which has a rectangular construction sidewall, more of a little bit of bigger side cut on the ski. But the sooner enough that you can get the young athletes on a 128 slalom ski, I think that that's where their performance and their results will just start to go up.
Are there any previous model year bindings that are not compatible with the plate on the skis?
So basically, we have on our R22, you can, right now, our current binding lineup for R22s is called the Rocker Race. We have the previous generation of Rocker Flex, which has the same screw hole pattern, which actually will work on the plate. Anything before the Rocker Flex does not have the same hole pattern, which means that it will not fit on the R22 interface.
Okay, Sean, last order of business here. Congratulations to David Kent, who has won the Lange podium shoe.
Congratulations.
Sean will be in touch with you to get your size, and we'll get those things shipped off to you as soon as we can.
Perfect. Well, congratulations, David. Look forward to chatting with you over email.
That's all we've got. Thank you, guys.
Perfect. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Have a great winter, and we'll see you soon.